Well, here I am back in my basement. I'm going to start getting the what's going to be number 4 cylinder for my Cat 60 ready. As you can see, they've been bored. Uh, but first, I'm going to, if you see here, I had them resurfaced, and you can see here where the thread starts. There's a slight crack, and here there's one where a little piece of it broke off. There's a little bit of a crack. I don't know if that came from, the studs were so tight when I took them out, or if it was when they were machining it. But I want to take a die grinder and chamfer the holes to make sure there ain't a little piece that's going to flake off. And then I'll run a tap in to chase all the threads on those holes. So I'm going to get at that. That looks good. Now I'm going to chase the threads in all the holes. And that's plenty because the tap is way longer than what the threads on the stud are. Now I already cleaned the threads up on this stud, so let's see how it goes in all the holes. So those are all good. Now I'm going to tip it on its side and work on the holes where the water manifold. This is where the water manifold bolts on. Now I gotta get a tap and clean those holes out. If you see here, there's gray paint on these cylinders because these tractors would originally been gray, and then the yellow I'm sure is over the top of the gray. So that gray I'm sure is the original paint. There, that's ready. Now this hole here goes all the way through through the cylinder wall. This is where decompression petcock goes in. There's one on each of the cylinders, and that's an 1/8 inch pipe thread. So I gotta look to see if I have a tap for that. Well, now we're gonna clean the threads on the decompression hole. I had said 1/8 inch pipe thread, but it's 1/4 inch pipe thread. There is nothing small on this thing. Well, that feels about as far in as it should go, because I don't want to cut them deeper than what they were. Now I'll go in there with a little screwdriver. Looks pretty darn good. So I set this up so you can see the hole in the side. For decompression, all there is a hole partway down the cylinder, so the piston comes up a ways before it closes that hole off, so you have lower compression for starting. Now I'm going to make a gasket. Well, that should come apart. I'm actually making this 2 layers thick because I wanted a little thicker, and I stuck them together with a glue stick from my wife's crafting room. So there's one gasket. Now I'm going to do one more thing yet to the cylinder. Oh. If you see here, there's some scaly rust on the ear. And I want to file across there to get that off so it's perfectly flat. So when I bolt it down, the nut sits on there perfectly square how it should. Not have a little scale in between. So I'm going to take a file and clean off all of those. Well, I realized I missed videoing when I cleaned these off. There was actually spatter on there on a couple of them. And I think what happened is whoever took these off a parts tractor, they used a torch and got splatter onto the cast ear there. So it took a little bit to get them all cleaned off, but I got them all cleaned off. So now the cylinder should be ready, other than the final cleanup and washing before I install them. But that's for another day. First I have to put the back cover on the crankcase, and then I'm going to put on this number 4 cylinder. So thanks again for watching. All those of you following, thank you. I hope you're enjoying it. And like I said, I'm going to try and cover almost every step of it as I go until this machine is running. Probably until tomorrow. I hope to get more done tomorrow. Bye.